Good evening. Welcome to another exciting edition of the Armenian Council for Truth and Journalism. I'm one of your dudes, Fury Scumfuck, here to bring in the show. Got a lot to talk about. A lot of stuff's happened in the last 24 hours. I can honestly say that it almost seems like it's a comic book or a comic strip that has been written right before our very eyes. I'm joined with Sean.
What do you want from me?
And our intrepid host and cohort, Nick Way, also known as T. Daddy Preston.
T. Daddy Preston, new one. I didn't know he was known as that.
Where have you been for the last 3 months, bro?
Well,
I gotta say, Fury, you got a late stage Jim Morrison vibe going on.
Yeah.
Love me two twice.
Yeah.
And I'm going away.
Oh Lord.
All right, don't forget. All right, guys, don't forget to like, share, subscribe on YouTube. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter at the ACTJ. We got a BitChute thing, but the YouTube thing is the big thing.
That actually kept me up on this.
But the BitChute.
This is all the whiskey I have.
That's nice. What exists still? Like what social platforms exist? Are we still able to use them? Like what is going on?
No.
It's a eroding island.
I have not been banned, but I can no longer post or comment at all.
Lou, be quiet. Lou, be quiet. Thank you.
Okay.
See how easy that was? That's how it works.
Lou, you okay?
Why'd you quiet, Lou?
I was just teaching everybody a valuable lesson about social media.
Oh.
Yeah. I was gonna say, didn't today you got smacked across the ass for somebody else's shit?
Yeah,
that's crazy. So
I shared someone else's
Please explain.
post. I shared someone else's post. I didn't even say anything with the post. Just shared it, just as is. Here you go, fam. I got banned for 7 days. The post is still up. Their post.
But you got banned for sharing their shit.
Those are like
Correct.
baits then. That's got to be like little baits because I've had that happen to me too.
You know, hey, how you doing, Mandy? Rocky, thanks for joining us, brother.
Yeah, that's nice.
Thomas.
Big up
Stevie,
to Rocky and Stu.
Thanks for coming out.
And
There's something to be said about that. That the original poster not getting handed anything, but a person sharing something getting banned is pretty fucked up. But I'd like to actually, there's a phenomenon going on right now, and I hate to talk about TikTok because, I mean, Jesus Christ, what a cancerous fucking app.
Yeah.
But there's a lady there that's doing whiteface and is doing a lot of racial shit with her content, and somebody who shows field dressing a deer gets banned from TikTok's platform. But that content is
well,
still
you gotta think about that. If somebody's showing how to field dress a deer, that's a valuable survival skill. We cannot be having people learning valuable survival skills right now.
Yeah, I don't understand it, and it's kind of fucked up. Like that disparity there. To me, if Lou was to go on, because I think Lou more than likely would be one of the people out of all of us to go do blackface on TikTok. Lou would be banned in a heartbeat. He'd get his nuts drop kicked to Jupiter.
Well, as he should. He's a very dangerous individual. Can we get an isolation on him?
Look at him.
We can't. There it is.
Look at him.
wait, what
Yeah,
are we doing?
very dangerous.
I am very dangerous. It's
Do some drugs.
Looking like
you
a
can do the flip
pedophile.
with.
So, yo, we got somebody sitting in the back channel, baby. We got
Oh
somebody.
yeah, who knows?
Nice video, man.
Hey, Rocky!
There he is. I figured he'd.
Man, what's that? What's going on with my screen? I'm
what
not
is
looking
going on
sexy
with
like
your
I'm
screen?
supposed
Yeah, no, what's going on there, man? It's
it's all about looking sexy. You know what I'm saying? I'm not feeling it right now.
No, you look good.
You're very compressed.
I don't like
Yeah,
being
exactly.
compressed.
Well, compression is
your
the way to
OBS
go
is like crushing you, literally.
All right, let me sign out and come back in. Let me fix this shit.
Yeah, fix
All right.
the camera.
You look strong. You look fit.
well, good. We didn't know we were gonna have a celebrity with us
Well,
tonight.
they had a good show today. Rocky and his boys, man, they did a good show. They touched on a little bit more graphic detail on what we were talking about last night with the meme stocks and how the ivory tower's response to all that kind of fucked up.
It's funny that 99, this is like the one unifying thing. Like the people on the left, the people on the right, the people in the middle, everybody's laughing about this except the hedge funds guys. And they're literally are able to manipulate it where, they get the 1% gets their way. I just find that super interesting, but it's
does this
because they're not getting their way financially this time, though they may get the last laugh. We are living the Empire Strikes Back. So, but ultimately, though, what this has exposed is a glitch in the matrix. And as I got deep down this rabbit hole to kind of figure out what was going on, did you guys know how long it takes to clear a trade when you make a financial transaction like that on an equity exchange? It takes a couple of days.
Yeah,
in the advent of things like the blockchain, the ability to send an email across the planet in like a couple of seconds, or to text someone in Ethiopia or India in milliseconds. It takes a clearinghouse, which means there's paper somewhere involved, 2 days to clear a trade. And there's only really one company, at least here in the United States, that handles the clearing of all those transactions across all the exchanges.
They really hate me. They really hate me because the way I fucking trade in my Roth IRA.
Yeah. Well, you're not the guy is trade in the Roth IRA, dude.
The guy assigned to me is like, oh fuck.
It's almost like there is like a guy like clearing the trades by hand.
A handler.
Well, we all love handlers. I mean, they really make the world go round. They give us the must-see TV that we all want and need on an everyday basis. I mean, life would just be so boring if there weren't people out there that were making sure shit happened and, kept you all entertained.
Are you not entertained?
I'm really not entertained.
Are you not entertained?
Yeah, I've said it. I think that's all distractionary.
No, you're not wrong. I'm just saying, though, like I'm a nerd about this stuff, so I'm just like,
well, then, okay, if you're
I know the squeeze happened somewhere, and the government has something to do with it. Ultimately, though, I mean, real talk, guys, Robinhood and the guys that cut off trades couldn't cover the transaction costs of the trades and had to dip into cash reserves. Someone called their creditors.
They were being pressured.
And pressured them. So when Webull and all these companies were like, all right, well, we need money to cover these transactions because Dodd-Frank makes them do that. They can't use your money in the transaction per se because that has to stay separate. They have to have some cash reserves to cover these positions. And basically, they went to go get money because they were dipping into their cash reserves. And first, the DTCC said, nah, man, we're going to charge a little bit more for these closing these transactions and clearing these shits. And nah, man, we're not going to do this anymore. And then this is like, well, we need to cover what we have. And they went to their creditors and was like, nah, fuck that, bro. You ain't need no money.
Well, we
can't get you no money, dog.
Can you explain to me? Can you explain to me why the hedge funds that were even doing this initially didn't even really need to make the purchase of the stocks that they were actually shorting in the first place?
They shorted the stock. They shorted more stock than was actually available. That's how the squeeze fucked them.
It's not against mode the whole time too. They were in oh shit mode.
Yeah. $70 million. Just
I want that sound to
this roller coaster, fuckers. Get used to it.
Yeah, right. I want that sound to fall asleep. The terror that they were feeling. I want that sound to fall asleep. Bankers scared like that.
Yes. Well, Dogecoin now.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Is what we're pumping now.
Dogecoin like bull right now.
When they froze the meme stocks, everybody on Reddit, all them fucking nerds like me were like, all right, bet. Fuck you. Dogecoin it is. And then Elon Musk backed that fucking play perfectly. Pumping it up. And as a proxy for what's going on right now, it would appear that the cryptos, oh crap, I hate when that happens. The cryptos yet again.
At least you didn't sweep a bunch of porn across there. Good job.
I don't have the porn in there today.
Yeah. Good call. Good call. It's all
Good
about
call.
proper planning.
Oh, we have someone else. My God, we're filling up. I'm going to back
I
out a
figured
little
I'd
bit.
stack you guys up.
Hi guys.
Hey, how are
Hi.
you?
How
Why
are
don't
you
you
guys?
introduce yourself to everybody?
Well, hi everyone. I'm Princess Riviette. To the internet, the government thinks otherwise, but that's probably for the best.
Yeah.
I got someone banned on Facebook for sharing one of my posts, so I figured coming on your show was like the least I could do.
I appreciate it. Can we get you to maybe
You coming
read?
on.
Can you read that post to us? Is that a possibility? Can you read
Um,
it
Do
right
it.
on
Why
the
not?
air here?
Why not? Can I still
If they
Um,
ban me once for sharing it, let's get the whole page banned for sharing it. You know.
Okay,
gonna look
give
for
me a
that.
second. Let me find it. I deleted it as soon as you like.
No!
I deleted them. I wrote it in a Google Doc, guys, but I deleted it off Facebook to save everyone else from like
Oh, we got it.
your
we got it.
trauma.
No,
I
wanna
felt
share
so
my trauma with
bad.
the world.
I felt so bad. Like my heart sank. I was in the middle of a meeting when I read your message, and I was, oh my God, I felt so awful. Because all you did was share it like I was the asshole.
Well, bans
Well, what
are
did
no
you say?
foreign policy to us here. Like
we're
this is
getting
kind
to
of
that.
yeah.
It was about Kamala
Harris.
Harris.
Oh,
Our patron.
I thought it was beautiful.
You don't want
like
to.
I told you.
You don't want to know what I posted in response to you posting that up there.
What you post?
Basically, I'm gonna be blunt. Someone need to walk up to Vice President Kamala Harris and be like, "Yo, how Willie Brown tastes?" That's literally what you
Wow.
That's awful.
Are we off the air already?
No,
Well,
we're good.
Rocky, you're sitting
I
over
have
there.
it.
You've been so humble and quiet.
no, you know what? It's a beautiful thing because, usually I'm driving shit, you know what I'm saying? And it's
Yeah.
actually really nice to kind of sit back and join in on a conversation. But I'm
It is
really
nice.
intrigued what this post was all about. And gentlemen, please call me Princess Rocky for the rest of the
Can do,
Got it.
Your Highness.
So buckle
There
up,
we
Your
go.
Highness.
This is looking
It's about to
good
get
now.
real. So here it was. Here it is. I don't know. Do you Princess? Do you mind reading it out loud?
My mom read this and was disgusted with me.
Good job. That's how you know it's really working.
Okay.
It's really weird because my eyes focused on, yes, every person is free to suck as much dick as they want. That's can't explain what just happened in my thoughts, but go ahead.
That was not my intention. That was not, and that was like the response I got too. And I was like, oh, I forgot men follow me. Ugh. Okay, men in here. Okay, I'll read it. Are you ready, guys?
Manning it up.
Why are you booing me? I write. Not only is Kamala Harris' sexual history relevant, discussing it is vital to establishing a new standard in this country. Yes, every person is free to suck as much dick as they like, as long as the interaction is between two or more consenting adults. They're free to suck dick for free or swallow loads for profit. It's really up to them, as long as everyone is agreeing to the terms and conditions and exchanges surrounding the interaction. That is the standard. If someone is operating within the established limitations of consent, then we have no right to judge them, as it's none of our business. However, when someone's sexual escapades impact my life, it is my business. Now, did Kamala Harris' relationship with former Mayor Willie Brown follow this standard? Was everyone engaging in a sexual act a consenting adult? Yes. Was everyone properly informed and consenting to the terms and conditions agreed upon by Harris and Brown for the exchange of political power? No. When did the people of San Francisco agree to have their free will treated like a commodity? When were they made aware that their informed consent to government authority was open to the free market? Kamala slobbed on knobs for control over the lives of strangers, and that is in fact not cash money. Because the strangers she now dictates were not given enough information to properly consent to her authority. Additionally, would the people of San Francisco have elected Mayor Willie Brown if they knew he would trade their soul so some chick half his age he could give some chick half his age a facial? Moreover, once in power, she murdered and enslaved the people that she was entrusted to protect. She prostituted herself and then prosecuted Americans for prostitution. What about their means to an end? Why can Kamala get ahead in life that way? But if our fellow Americans do it, they're criminals. She can smoke weed in college, but if you smoke weed, Kamala will rip your family apart. Because a standard had been set in the government. Citizens were merely a means to an end. They restrict our lives so they can better theirs. The honor to lead the American people should be invaluable, yet they reduced it to a cream pie in the mouth. How many lives could have been saved if Kamala's dad paid a little more attention to her?
I also want to add the cherry on top. Kamala Harris tried to kill a man even when he was proven innocent of his crime.
Yeah.
She's still like, no, we're going to try and kill him. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah. But how
she
made
locking ninjas up a pastime.
And she laughed about it. She laughed about it.
What, out of curiosity, though, what was so offensive about what you just said? You know, I mean, we're dudes, right? But not just dudes talk like this. I mean, if people come and just hang out, this is the language that we use. Are we to a point now to where we have to sit here and tiptoe the fucking words that we say on social media because we're afraid to hurt somebody's little soft vagina, you know, with the terminology that we're using? I didn't think anything offensive. And we're just straight to the fucking point, and that's the reality that we live in, and that's the truth of what she did to get where she is today. And now this woman is our vice president. And you're exactly right about that death penalty shit. If it wasn't for people calling her out on that shit, somebody would be in fucking prison for the rest of their life, if not dead.
Yeah, and not only was that language accurate, but it's only scratches the surface of how elites use sex. Because remember, the Jeffrey Epstein thing is still out there. Ghislaine Maxwell is still out there.
Ghislaine didn't kill herself. She didn't kill herself. I swear to God.
I want to start the train. Joe Biden's not going to kill himself because he's going to get off in a few years too.
They want Kamala so hard. They want her.
God.
Oh God! It's like they're giving that lady virtual fellatio on the pages of every major freaking publication, setting her up.
Hillary Clinton.
Huh?
Oh, worse than Hillary Clinton.
No, she's worse than Hillary Clinton. Except, I mean, I can look at Kamala a little bit and be like, all right, well, maybe back in the day I would have hit, but nah, man. Now she has the keys to the state. She has the ability to kidnap, murder, maim, and extort. And I'm not down with that. I'm not down with that.
She wasn't doing that before.
Right.
Like, she's literally the worst option.
This is where we're at. And now you got a bunch of people that are giggling over some report that Enrique Tarrio is an FBI informant, and they're all giggling over that. And I think that's funny too. Society
that is kind of funny. That is kind of funny.
What are your guys' thoughts on that? You know, I'm hearing all this stuff, you know, and this is why, you know, all this shit that I've done in my past, and you know, you look at you look at the Proud Boys, you look at all these groups, you have Antifa, BLM, you have all these tribal movements, right? And there's always this infiltration. I know you guys follow this all the time, but you know, you bring up Enrique, and you know, it's so hard because we live in this fucking matrix of information, and you know, everything we hear, you know, we can have this fucking piece of paper, and they're going to grab this, and they're going to create a fucking story around this, and leave all this truth out. And you know, when we have these movements where they have the fucking National Guard that's probably going to be in DC for 4 fucking years, not 3 or 4 months.
In a parking garage.
In a parking garage. They're going to distort information. They're going to create propaganda. They're just going to plant seeds in people's heads. And then people are going to go fucking crazy trying to dissect the truth. What are your guys' opinion in regards to this Enrique story and him being an FBI informant?
I don't know.
It's this. Hold on. It's the same. That awesome visual you just gave us, Rocky, is a perfect representation of the big lie. Yeah. And we have Joseph Goebbels to thank for the big lie and propaganda, and the United States uses it to almost dastardly effect. And that's what they're using on Enrique right now is the big lie. They gave you a shred of truth. Yeah, he cooperated and his cohorts cooperated with
and what
an
is wrong
investigation.
With cooperating?
They were cooperating.
Human trafficking.
He's not assault. He's not assault for you union people that tune in. He's not assault. He's not a mole. they openly were like, yeah, that shit I think is going on, and this is the fucking people that are surrounded by this. Instead, they painted it as he's a spook, he's an asset for the FBI, which is just proven that doing anything for the government at all, they will string you up and let them beat the crap out of you like a burning effigy. Like, that's kind of, I think, our stance here, is that, like, they've just proven that whatever little bit you give them, they will hang you out to dry, no problem.
Well,
And I think, honestly,
they just had to plant the fucking seed, and then people turn into rabid savages on the information, and we don't have a lot of information except for the people that actually know or people that are in the inner circle. They plant the fucking seed, and these liberals, they take this shit and they eat it up, and then they're like, I told you so.
Well, Thad had brought it up. They did this to the Black Panthers. They did this to Malcolm X. They did this
That's
to
exactly
Dr.
what I was
King.
about to say.
They did this to Dr. King. What they do is they sow dissension in the ranks so that you have no cohesiveness whatsoever. Now you've got these divided, compartmentalized inner fightings because you were actually doing something. Right. You were actually making an impact. And while the big government doesn't like that, regardless of what skin color you are, sexual orientation, male or female, they don't like it when you get together. Yeah, they don't like it when you get together and you team up and be unified and actually do something worthwhile.
And that's exactly what I was going to say. Not knowing the details of the Enrique situation is that just look at our history. The FBI pretty much instigates or subverts almost everything that has happened in a huge way. I mean, we can look at the Whitmer situation, the governor of wherever she was, Minneapolis, or Portland, or any of these other places. It's just like it's always
baby. That's my boo.
But it's always the FBI behind it. It's always like, oh, the FBI foiled this thing that they started. It's like, and it always starts with a group of guys just being upset, and then them coming in, they're going, hey, well, we had some ammo and some.
Yeah, I mean, they did this during the war on terrorism, right? With those guys down in like South Florida or whatever, just like, oh, they're trying to join Al Qaeda. No, you recruited them.
Exactly.
I think it has to do with like image too, because the way that you're going to be portrayed by anybody, like you're in charge of that, and if someone can take a tidbit of information and then everybody's going to just run with it, whether they're going to do the research or not, that's an issue. And if you're portraying yourself in a way that can be misconstrued as like people already don't like you, like the Proud Boys is already a anti-government like hunt button movement.
But they're not anti-government. That's a lie.
Yeah, exactly. Like the Book don't like them. And so like you have all these different factions that don't like you, but you're doing an awful job defining yourself because people think that you're racist because you have racists running it down.
I would argue
because
the reality is that they got to a point with all the censorship that they stopped giving a fuck what people thought of them. Didn't really matter. The only thing that mattered to them was what was happening in the streets. And that's the reality, is that everybody's so sucked into this social media beast. And that's why I joke. I'm like, I'm going to throw my phone in the river. They have literally torn us all apart, split us all apart, destroyed this country, and they've used social media to do it. They've done it in the same way they destroyed your relationships. They've done it in the same way they've destroyed every aspect of your life through this digital interaction with a reality that isn't real. And maybe if people were out on the streets more and talking to each other and being more human and respecting their time, too, that's another thing. Because nobody respects anybody's time anymore with these fucking phones. They think that everybody's at their beck and call. So anytime you text, anytime you do anything, and in business, it's even worse, they just say, oh, yeah, you're going to be there. And this is all a construct. They have destroyed humanity.
Okay, 100%. But we're living in a reality. So like, this is the reality. This is how people operate. So if you're going to exist in this reality, you have to be able to follow the rules of engagement if you want to have a specific goal achieved. And to do that, they know that they get to present themselves however they want in the media. And when they're letting people who identify with the Proud Boys say 6 million was not enough, then like
that's
they
not what that stands for.
Yeah, but like
whatever.
They open themselves.
And that's a Jewish troll that wore that shirt.
Exactly, but they open themselves to that interpretation for people who are just going to read one thing. But they're in charge of that. What's the point that I'm missing?
That they don't give a fuck what gets put out on social media.
Exactly. But like they're also
a losing war. Princess, that's a losing war. Like you're not going to win the war once you have 600 fucking leftist trolls decide that they're going to change up what you're actually about.
Then
you can't fight that.
But then you're choosing the power of the media. The media on anybody has the final say on what people think about you, no matter what. So what is the point? Because like everybody thinks Bill Gates is a fucking saint right now, and I know different, you know?
No, so like that's when you have like the right to association. So then like people in your pocket, people who know and are willing to put in the research, and also you've engaged with the boots on the ground, the things that you're actually doing, they can take that story, and then you have soldiers to defend you, instead of now your movement's running rampant with all these trolls. Like you need to have like the online aspect of things is very real. Like we all think the revolution is just going to be guns in the streets, but it's going to be on the internet too, and how they portray this fight that we're fighting. And it's not for selfish intent. It's not because we're spoiled and just want to be alone to frolic with our guns and weed. It's because the government's actually robbing people. And if we're not able to properly defend a movement like that, like the Proud Boys are not currently properly defending their movement, they're going to get stuck into this like negative connotations, and people aren't going to take the time to like read and see what they're actually about. And that's what kills a movement.
Well, let's talk about that.
May I?
But with
Go
May
ahead.
May I?
Go ahead,
I'll allow
T-Daddy.
it.
All right, so I can basically thread the middle of this debate / conversation by basically saying this: right of center, liberty movement, whatever the hell you want to call it, you're right of center. Just suck it up and accept it. We do a terrible job of defending our fringes. When the left was talking dumb shit about giving kids hormones, about systematic racism, about teaching racial justice, about doing all this crazy stuff, talking about 30,000 genders, talking about all that, what did the left do? They defended their fringes. That's the problem. We don't defend our fringes. No one's out there defending the Proud Boys, and the fact of the matter is, the attitude of having the attitude of we don't give a fuck what happens is how how you get your narrative defined and how you get fucked
by somebody else.
Yeah.
Well, then I take that.
And there's nothing. No, I'm not done. And there's nothing you're going to be able to do about that until the right as a whole stops running away from people like the Proud Boys or the Boogaloo Kids or whatever the fuck they want to call themselves, because they don't understand that you must befriend fringent.
Fashionistas is what they are.
I didn't want to call you a boy. I didn't want to call you a boy, dog.
I'm a man.
Those shirts are fire.
But they ain't called the Boogaloo Mans. That's a bad branding.
You can call me a Boogaloo Mans. Or a boogeyman.
It's alliteration, Fury. It's alliteration.
Am I going to piss everybody off if I say the Boogaloo Boys are just Proud Boys whose mother isn't proud of them?
Yeah, you would be. Hold on.
You can never go to another
because my
movement.
mom's not proud of
You
me.
can never go to any kind of a protest anymore, ever wearing Hawaiian shirt, even by accident, ever again. That's a shame.
Or you can't go around wearing a red hat, man.
Or people get mad at you because your family's from Pittsburgh.
I disagree. People that are smart, the red hat's going to be the most amazing promotional tool ever, because everybody's going to see a red hat and look, and then you can just have something written differently. You know, there's
is that before or after they curb stomp you, Lou?
Now you're just like always going, no, the hat, it says something different. No.
Lou would definitely get curb stomped. Lou would get curb stomped in a heartbeat. What I was going to say was Sean was right about one boogeyman, is that my mom is definitely not proud of me. So you're right. I'm willing to fucking carry that.
Nailed it right on the head.
Boom, you got it.
My
headshot.
God.
Hey, when it comes to representation, and everything else, I think we got to remember everything we've tried to do here when we try to bring people on and have them represent their own viewpoints. You know, I think back to the interview we had with Joe Biggs before the events on January 6th. And I think that interview was huge. And I think if you go back and you listen to what he had to say, that a lot of people should have probably expected what was coming. I mean, my own conversations with him that time and obviously on the street in D.C., he was a straightforward guy. He was a good man. He was a brave man.
We're seeing bits and pieces of this, be it the guys on the Wall Street bets subreddit to the Capitol Hill thing. All you have to know, all you have to do is look at how they're being characterized, the narrative that's being weaved. It doesn't matter. It does not matter.
Thad, weren't we talking about this last night? The government and the media, they salt bathed that whole racial fucking thing on the Discord and Reddit. Like, that's their like little brazzle dazzle. Like, want to shut this shit down? Yeah. They're
Call
racist.
them Nazis.
They're racist.
Call them Nazis.
All these soy nerds and shit posters are all white supremacists. That's who's tanking. That's who's pumping all these garbage stocks. That makes total sense.
It's the same thing they did to the Proud Boys.
Yes,
same
and
thing.
It's the same thing they did to the Capitol Hill protesters. It's the same thing they did to. I hate to say it, BLM when Antifa basically infiltrated and then proceeded to do whatever.
When you coach, it's you run the play until they learn to stop it. We have not learned to stop that play yet, so they're going to run.
It gets better. Hold on, it gets better. It gets better. Okay, so I don't know if anybody's actually met real Nazis in their lives or real white supremacists, but I'm gonna give everybody a little cliff note. White supremacists are stupid as shit. So I'm just telling you, they're stupid as shit. You really think they're gonna figure out how to trade fucking options? Do you really think that somebody who has been missing chromosomes for at least 4 generations has figured out how block and chains work and how to trade options? Please fucking tell me right fucking now where that smart Nazi or white supremacist is, and I will eat my fucking welding cap right fucking now with maple syrup.
It's time to punk rock.
Let me come full circle then. Is this trading situation a subversion? Is this some sort of somebody has set this up so that they can change the rules or something? Like,
real quick. This is a great reset.
Are we doing a telethon right now?
I think we should.
Why we need one more?
Or what are we going for? 300 subscribers on YouTube or something?
I mean, why not?
We should be exact.
It is
Thursday. Share, subscribe on YouTube, baby.
Is Thursday the new Friday?
It's Fury's Day. It's Fury's Day.
Yeah.
It's Fury's Day.
It's Fury's Day. Hold on. What you got there?
I don't know. That's what you.
Was that a spliff? Was that a spliff?
What do you got?
Go. No, go ahead and give me a solo on Princess. Give me the flick.
Yeah.
Solo on Princess. Give me Flickwick. All right, give me Flickwick on Princess.
Flickwick.com for 2020% off, ladies.
We got to get a Flickwick.
Yeah.
Put it on Princess. God
yeah. Why is it on me?
What you got there? You got that?
There we go.
You got that purple? You got that purple? All right. You got that perp?
He's not trying to.
All right. If we're done with the shameless plugs, ladies and gentlemen, if we're done with the shameless plugs, we got to wrap this up.
Who's telling us the Wii brand?
Oh, look.
I'm sorry.
Thad doesn't want to do a telethon.
No, I don't really want to do a telethon. I just want to drink beer tonight.
Yeah, but if you do it on air, it becomes a telethon. See how that works? Isn't that neat?
Not this Thursday. Maybe next Thursday.
But Thursday is the new Saturday.
Thursday's the new Saturday. Well, yes. Absolutely.
Princess, thank you for coming on and talking with us. We'd love to have you back.
I appreciate it. I appreciate the time. You guys are a fun bunch. Sean, I'm really sorry. Like, I'm just real sorry.
It's fine. It's fine. Like, seriously, if I'm gonna go down,
why did I get banned though? But like, I posted it and nothing's happened to me.
It's obvious. But I think it's obvious to everyone.
Take your hat off. Take your hat off.
I got
No, take your hat off. Take your hat off. This is why he got banned. It's because he's bald.
Well, it's also probably like this social equity thing where they ban less black people than they do white people.
Do that. I'm 8 black. I didn't vote for Biden. Common misconception.
That's on the record.
I'm 8 black. But if you think about it, Joe Biden actually fixed racism because 80 million people are now black, and now 7.9 billion people ain't black. So like, we're all just one race. Kumbaya.
Unity.
Fuck Abraham Lincoln. Joe Biden has done more for the black community than any other president. Everyone's just angry. Unity with a gun to your face. What choice do you have? See, we're better. We're better.
This is fine because you know what?
This is fine.
At
Can
least
you ever verify if that Zoom video call of Biden with all the black leaders where he talks about?
Stop.
No, this is
stop.
Come on. This is important for me
because I telethon.
It could be.
It's Seldon worthy. Go for it, Lou.
Did y'all see the Zoom video with Biden and all the black leaders, and he says that America's doomed because not only because of the African Americans, like his words choice was just horrible, and he kept on. And did y'all see that? Has that been verified?
Yes, that was verified. Yeah.
Jesus Christ,
Yeah,
that was so bad.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get a solo there on Rocky.
What?
Yeah, let's look at him.
Princess Rocky.
He's not all
Rocky.
stressed out.
Yeah,
Princess
now that your
Rocky.
camera's fixed and you're looking gorgeous, go for
I
it.
know, right?
Yeah. I'm gonna leave it to you. Thank you for coming on, man. I really appreciate you. We'd like to have you back even more, man.
Matt, you guys are a great group. You know, one thing that we lack right now in our society and our cultures is critical fucking thinking. And the problem is that a lot of people don't realize that, when we create all these safe spaces in our cultures and our universities, we're not preparing people for the real world. And I think it's a beautiful thing that you can get a group of people and you can have differences of opinions and you can even have heated debates, heated conversations. But at the end of the day, you're still human fucking beings and you can give each other a hug and a fist pump. We're looking at this great situation in this country right now where we are being manipulated in our thoughts and our minds and our sleep, the way we walk, the way we drink, and we become so vulnerable to information and the distribution of information. And I ask everybody to take a fucking step back, regroup your shit, because we are up against a global fucking beast. And once more people can realize that, people will change the way they think, and they'll be a lot more critical in their thinking. And I tell you something, this is why I appreciate the fuck out of you guys, because you guys can come on here, you guys can get loud in each other's fucking face, but it's all common sense thinking, and that's what we need more of. So I'm blessed to be here with you guys, and I appreciate it.
All right, thanks,
we
bro.
appreciate it, Rocky. All right, go ahead and cue punk rock. Fury Scum fucking Company, ACTJ. Come join the council. Argue your points, debate. Let's go!